Hello lovelies, I just thought I'd hop on here quickly today because I wanted to talk a little bit more about my channeled message service. I know that most of you know me for being a 𝔽𝔼𝔼𝕃 practitioner, but this is a new service that I'm currently offering, and the reason why I'm talking about it today is because I have noticed that there is a definite need for this kind of interaction, I guess. And I've noticed that there are a lot of people out there who are looking to make sense of things. You know, they're looking to make sense of their lives. And they're looking for clarity and guidance around how to actually do that. So my channeled messages, I'd like to think, offer exactly that. But I wanted to also talk about what channeling is, because I've recognised also that lots of people don't know what channeling is. So I'm going to do my absolute best to describe to you what channeling is, which is basically complicit possession. It is me agreeing to put aside my consciousness in order to bring through the consciousness of my galactic guides. And a few people recently have asked me what this feels like, so I wanted to explain to you what it does feel like. And it is a strange feeling insofar as I am not present when I do these messages. In order for the information to come through and to be clear, I do have to put my consciousness to one side. And so it's a form of meditative state. I have my eyes closed and I request connection with my guides. And within a certain amount of time, and it's usually quite quick, then I feel the energy come through and there will be dialogue. So what I receive is dialogue, so audio, sound, but also visual. So I get pictures at the same time. And recently I've been asking them to offer me more pictures because it helps me to provide descriptions when I'm actually recording the message. So all of these messages get recorded as the information comes through to me. So what it feels like is that I am receiving information that I am partly aware of, but not really, and that I offer the questions that my client needs answers to at the beginning in my mind. All of this is done in my mind, and then the answers just start to flow through. And sometimes it doesn't come in the order that the questions have been asked. Sometimes they just start to show me a past life, for example. And then for me, there will be information which comes through around why that past life is being offered and what that past life is offering to the person I'm working with, why it is having an effect on them now, which is pretty much the same as my 𝔽𝔼𝔼𝕃 sessions. And it also means that the past life which is coming through is providing an answer somehow to one or other of the questions that have been asked. So I will just relay that information that's coming through, and I will be speaking it in my voice, but obviously it's not my information because most of the information that comes through I don't have any knowledge of. I don't know the people that I'm working with, and so I am just being guided to speak. And the last couple of weeks, where I've done almost 40 messages now, I've really started to understand the power that is created, firstly when this message is kind of downloaded, channeled, but also the power that it has as a response to the person listening. And what has been sort of shared with me the most is that there's huge emotions that come with listening to the answers, and the information seems to be resonating so deeply with people. And that in itself is just incredible. I will say that sometimes what I have also had feedback around is that when the person listens to the message, they don't always have a complete understanding of why the information has been offered, and that's okay too. That is often the case in 𝔽𝔼𝔼𝕃 sessions. When a person is under, they might not necessarily at first glance or first sort of listen back to the recording know why that information's been offered, but that's okay, because it's been offered for a very good reason, and it starts to make sense, I feel like, in the days after the message has been received. So that in itself is incredible. I also wanted to talk about the questions, what kind of questions can be asked. So a lot of people obviously ask questions about their lives, which is what I would expect. The questions that can be asked can be anything at all, because there's no boundary as to what information comes through. As far as I'm aware, the information comes from the Akashic records, because when I ask them for additional stuff, they always refer to the information as being from the records. And the information can be the past, present, or the future. So as we understand as human beings, we've created this linear time thing. It doesn't really exist in reality. So my guides are able to see everything as one, past, present, and future. And so from that perspective, you can ask a question about past lives if you wanted to have more of an understanding of what experiences you've had in the past, or you can ask questions about the future. So I get a lot of questions about what will my relationship look like in the future, what will my work look like in the future, and this is stuff that I can get downloaded, that I can get channeled for you. And having this information, I sense it just brings such a lot of comfort to people, for them to know that they are in the right space, that they are with the right person, or if that isn't the case, then I can offer scenes around the future so that that person can move into a space of being okay with what's going on for them right now. And when we can be in the energy of acceptance, because we feel supported and we feel protected and we feel guided, then that in itself is just an enormous relief as well. So these messages are really, really special. I know that not everyone is able to understand or open their mind to how this might be going on. So I wanted to just offer what I could to help you with that. All I do know is that so far I've had a lot of feedback from people that have had similar types of messages in the past, and the information, some of the information that comes through to me is information that they've received previously, perhaps about a past life, and I am able to really clarify for them what they've heard before, and that in itself can be quite a relief for people. It adds validity to what I'm doing, because I'm not the only person that they've heard it from. So that's really been a very interesting experience for me. And more than anything else, I am just aware that offering this type of guidance and assistance can totally change how a person is feeling. And if they are in a place where they're feeling lost or stuck, then these kind of channeled messages can have such an effect. So I wanted to leave that with you today. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. I'm working in a QHHT session tomorrow, and I'm sending you lots of love, as always.